Hey, welcome to the Structured Gibberish Friday night stream. I'm fairly certain it is Friday. I'm Brian. That's Pat. No, that's Pat. I'm getting really good at pointing in the real world. Like, oh yeah, the swords are there and the action
hmm
figures are there. But no, Pat is on this side. I got to remember that. This side. Yes? Yes. Okay.
I'm right here.
I actually almost one time rearranged my entire office just so that our videos would be relative to the way they are in real life. So then I'd be facing this way, and I'd be like, "Oh yeah, Pat's over there because that's where he actually is, but he's not. He's over here." So anyway, what were we talking about? Yeah, that's the guy. That's the guy. Anyway, we're professionals.
Absolutely.
We got we got a lot of fun things to talk about today. We're going to start with the non-fun thing. Yeah, we took a week off, and before that, we were doing some Star Trek Online and everything. So it's been a while since we've sat down and done the talk show. But since that happened, a couple of people who were near and dear to us passed away. Kevin Conroy, iconic voice of Batman in the animated series and video games and a couple of the movies and
And
everything.
other several animated series, but
Yep,
of course the animated series.
yep, and also that one live action time when he was old
Yeah,
Bruce Wayne on
that
I think
was
Batwoman.
no, there was Crisis on Infinite Earths WB because it could have been Batwoman or
I'm I'm
Supergirl. Can't
I'm
remember
pretty
which
sure it
one.
was Batwoman, but yeah, it was part of
Yeah.
the Crisis. But yeah, so anyway, he passed away from some illness that I'm not sure that they revealed, but
Yeah, I don't know that they've ever actually said what, but
yeah.
he was sick.
So that's tragic. We were all very shocked by that. We didn't have much time to really sit with that too long before Jason David Frank
Yeah.
passed away. Um, and I was telling Pat before we started, I don't want to talk about this too much because I don't want to be sad for the rest of the
Yeah.
show. His
No,
like Kevin Conroy was sad, but JDF was tragic to me
yeah.
because it was
100%.
suicide.
Yeah.
And he was amazing. Like he's like just such an amazing person. Like you wouldn't know, you wouldn't assume it. Like you would probably assume that, most Power Ranger actors either try to distance themselves from the franchise, so that they're not stuck with it all the time, or they end up like Austin St. John, where they're just like kind of like a racist white supremacist person. Um,
Unfortunately.
yeah, but no, Jason David Frank was the kind of person that someone described him as like, he would go to conventions and people would line up and ask him questions, and he didn't care if he heard the same question over and over again because it was the first time you ever got to
Yeah.
ask that question, and he would always happily answer it. And I forgot who it was who said it, but one of his friends said like, you may have come as a fan of his, but he made sure that by the time you left, you felt like he was a fan of you.
Yeah. I've never heard a bad word about the man.
Yep.
I've never heard a bad word about him.
No.
Every single tribute, things that I didn't know that came to light now, everything is wonderful. Everything about him. And I mean he was carrying too heavy a burden. Um but I saw the biggest ones for me was the Stanley video you showed me where Stanley showed up at a Jason David Frank panel and basically like berated the audience that they better treat him well
Yeah.
because he is just the best. And Stan fucking Lee, you know, took time out of his day to
Stanley.
specifically come see him.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Like that one was awesome. That was and again the man was so humble. The man was always so humble. One of my favorite things I saw, because again, there was so many things were put out there. He was at a comic shop. I think it was one of the things you were talking about where he was. It was during COVID, and he was at the comic shop, and he said, I can't remember exactly how he phrased it, but basically he said, if your hero uh says something like, I don't like that thing that you like me, and it's like they don't deserve you then, because it doesn't matter. I don't care why you like me. I am so happy that you're here. And it's just like
Yeah.
so good.
Hmm.
He's such a good man.
He was.
Um,
I think he, in many ways, really wanted to be a Power Ranger like
yeah,
his whole life, and not just
and he
like,
was like
not an
he
actor. Like he wanted to be one in real life,
right.
in the sense that one, he liked, like he's still got a movie coming out, Legend of the White Dragon.
Yeah,
Like he wanted to be this franchise, and whenever Hasbro or Bandai or Saban or Disney called him up and said, "Hey, we need you to come back," he was there,
right.
right? And he didn't want to overstay his welcome, but like whenever they wanted him back, he was there, and he
Yeah.
put his all into everything, and so yeah, there were a lot of those stories that you're just hearing, like Power Ranger fans didn't know a lot of those things either. Like people just
Right.
started sharing stories after he was gone. But anyway, I don't want to get sad.
He is why I have long hair. I kid you not. Jason, well, Tommy, in Power Rangers was always my favorite. Like I liked Power Rangers, but the second Green Ranger got there, I was like, oh shit, this is my jam. You know what
Hmm.
I mean? And his long luscious hair, I was always so. That's when I was in high school. I was homeschooled, but there was a while where we were trying to figure out a way where I could come to everybody I knew went to Marian Catholic High School,
Renowned for our
and
band.
and I was like, oh man, I would love to come to the school, but I don't want to cut my hair. And so we're like, maybe we could make you up a religion, like you could be against your religion to cut your hair. And it was honestly, it was all based on I wanted to be as cool as Tommy, and that's all. I never was, not even a little, but it is something I still aspire to be as good a person as he was and is. He led by example. He
Hmm.
really did. And there
Hmm.
there are a few that talk the talk and walk the walk, but he was one of them.
Yep.
So
Yep. So
anyhow,
yeah, let's move on because, like I said, I don't want
yeah,
to.
no, this is the heroes,
Heroes.
heroes
Speaking
forever.
of speaking of heroes, Pat, your hero, an action figure of your hero, came in the mail recently, didn't it?
It did, it did.
Your
Um,
personal hero.
my personal hero, and I'll give you guys the first look. It's blurry.
It's the Blur.
Blur. No, wait,
Did I ever tell you about the time that my kids, while you're focusing here, my kids were watching, I think, Teen
there,
Titans
right? Yep.
Go, and they learned about Reverse Flash, and then they asked me like, well, what are his powers? Like, what's his deal? And I'm like, well, he's basically like the opposite of the Flash. And they're like, so he goes real slow. Okay, got it.
I mean, that is really Reverse Flash.
Yeah.
So,
No, he runs backwards.
uh,
Okay. So anyway, bring it back up. Why does he
selfie.
have a sword though?
Because why not?
Yeah. Okay. Fair enough. Yeah, he looks
Well,
he
there he
looks pretty
is.
good.
I think it's not bad. It's not bad. I've seen some that are really not good.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, I mean, I'll take this one. It's not perfect. I will say I don't think I'm pretty sure that all that's happening here, for all the face scanning and whatnot that they claim to be, I'm relatively certain there are just several different head types. There's like mine is obviously on a chubby cheek fat head. But it all depends on.
I think there are. I mean, there's a
um,
there's a good number of variations because I've seen a
right,
lot of different
right,
noses, but I'm pretty sure what it's doing is just matching you to the closest head that they
right.
have.
And then, but I mean, like I said, they got the eyes. I mean,
Yeah.
those are
I mean,
my
it's interesting. Like once you put eyebrows on a face, like all of a sudden the personality is there.
right.
Yeah. But yeah, it turned out pretty good. I mean, even the hair is pretty. I mean,
It's relatively
close enough.
accurate. I
I
guess it
wish
could have been a little darker,
if
maybe.
if the beard was bushier. Like that's the
Right.
thing, is
If
the
I
beards
if
are
I
all
could have
painted
got
on and
yeah,
not physical.
this is why I have a beard because you can see this guy's got kind of a chunky double chin. I got a beard to cover that.
Yeah, I don't
Um,
cover mine. I wear it loud and proud.
there you go. Now, one of the things that I see, I've been anticipating this for a long time. I've wanted an action figure of myself so badly. I've created one out of Mego parts.
Yeah, mine's right
Uh,
there.
yeah, there you go.
The hair
Um,
broke off. Excuse me.
we'll fix those one day.
I have a terrible cough. I
Um,
was sick last week.
yeah, that he was. So the second I found out that this was a thing, I started looking into ways to making it more like me. As you guys can tell, the physique is not not spot on. This is just a standard Ghostbusters body, which is actually it's pretty neat because it came with all of the Ghostbusters accessories. So as you can kind of see here, I've got a PKE meter, um, which only came with Egon. So
I'm putting you on full screen here.
if you don't have an Egon, you don't have a PKE meter,
That's what I've
unless
always said.
me, stupid blurry. There he is. So, anyway, so I really, I wanted something that was going to match my body type a little bit better. So I went ahead and ordered myself a
Ned.
Ned, a headless Ned from Spider-Man: Homecoming. So that is still not quite my body type, but much closer, as close as I want it to be. Let's put it that way. But the hair on this guy
Oh no.
is so rigid that as of right now, this is the best I can do.
So
So,
what's your plan here?
well, I haven't tried much yet. I want to try. I'm going to do the boil method. Get some boiling hot water and dip the head in there for a few minutes. Hopefully, making the hair a bit more pliable and just get it on there and then never remove it. Um, but I also see there's several issues. Ned is of course a different shade of human than I am, so I'm gonna need some new arms, and I'm gonna have to paint the neck stub. Um, but honestly, this is roughly what I wear. It's pretty close. I'm probably gonna paint the shirts different colors. I was thinking actually this color he's wearing is pretty close to Ghostbusters tan. And so I was gonna kind of make this into a Ghostbusters shirt as if this was what I
Okay.
would really wear as a Ghostbuster. That's the other thing too. So comes with a proton pack. Like I said, it comes with all the accessories. Got a proton pack, got the PKE meter. It's got like um the stream and everything clips on there. I don't have that handy.
Is
Maybe
it
it didn't come with a trap.
is it
Yeah.
like pretty long or?
No, it's pretty long.
Hmm,
But part of the problem here is that as you can see, there's a little peg there, right? And so the peg would naturally peg right into this back hole
right, right.
that is covered by my hair. So there's no way to actually put the proton pack on while I have my head on. So I mean, it's not without its issues. I am planning lots of customizations. I'm gonna get that head on this body some way somehow.
How?
Um, and then what I really like to do is I'd like to make this like the ultimate me figure. Like I'll put a Green Lantern ring on it, and I'll strap He-Man sword on the back, like the total me nerd out.
Hmm.
Because that's I mean, of course, that's what you'd want in an action figure. You know what I mean?
Right.
You
Yeah.
want the ultimate you.
Yep.
I've already I've come up with several accessories that I'll have. I've got a tiny little Skeletor figure that's the right scale, and stuff like that. But that's for me. This is the fun. Like I get to kind of continue customizing. A part of me, because 99% of the time I had to make a choice, of course, with this guy.
Right. Right.
But 99% of the time I wear my hair back.
Hmm.
So I'm considering buying another Selfie series figure to get the hair bun figure. Not that I don't really wear my hair in a bun, but that's as close as I can get, I think, to my general hairstyle.
Did you ever wear it
Um,
in a bun?
no, I never wear it in a
Hmm.
bun. Buns are not my thing. So it's usually a kind of a ponytail thing going on, but not quite like all the ponytail options on there are very clearly ladies. I never wear it high up on the top of my head. It's always like kind of down in the back. There's a like the current Thor figure kind of looked cool, like the Love and Thunder Thor um, in the vest. I kind of want to steal his hair. If it was easy enough to get the hair off, but like I said, it's very hard. Like it's
Yeah.
very hard plastic, but it's I mean it's also made very well. You know what I mean? Like
Hmm.
you were talking about that too. Like there's nothing about this feels 3D printed.
Right.
You know, it feels very
I
solid, very
I really hope that they
plastic.
keep going. Excuse me. I really hope they keep going with this technology
So
and
perfect.
iterating on it because it's like in a 2 3 years, like this could be pretty amazing stuff. Like we
Right.
could probably get to the point where we have like full on like physical facial hair on there
Hmm.
or glasses or earrings or whatever sort of nose rings, I don't know, whatever sort of thing that makes you look like like
Right.
eventually we should be able to get all of that stuff. So it just takes a while. Like this is the first this is the first time anyone's doing this. No one's ever done like 3D printed custom people at this scale that I'm aware of. And like all the technology is there. They just got to
Right.
figure out how to do it at scale.
Hasbro did this once before, maybe 2 years ago, but on a much smaller scale. I don't. Do you
Yeah.
remember that where they did it with the big like the 12-inch figures?
Hmm.
But you had to go to a specific like there were like three targets in the world or something stupid like that that you could go to and actually stick your head in a thing that was scanning you.
Yeah.
And I don't think they came out as well as these. You know what I mean? So like you said, if they keep at this technology and they keep going with it, I don't see why we couldn't get all of the wonderful things we've ever wanted. I mean, I've taken scans with my phone of my face that produce like very good 3D models. Not fantastic, but again, the technology is still pretty new. So
Yeah. But the fact that they can use your phone to scan your face and then translate that into something that came out looking as good as it did there, I mean, that's for a first try or second try,
yeah,
but really for a
heck
first
yeah.
try, like it's impressive. And
So
yeah, and they don't all look good, but you get there.
there's the one thing I'm going to see if I can get it to show.
Oop.
One thing that's very weird. You see my lip, like my upper lip. It
Hmm.
looks like maybe they tried to paint like my actual mustache, like because
Oh,
my
you're
mustache hangs over my upper lip, and so I think that they captured that and just it's very awkwardly like underneath the beard paint
hmm.
as well.
They
So
yeah. Maybe you should have shaved just a
maybe
little, like cleaned it up just a little bit.
right, just clean it up before I did the scan. Like I said, next time I'm gonna give it a while before I hop in for another one.
Yeah.
Because like you said, I mean, I'm hoping that the technology keeps getting better. Um, but yeah, it would be very nice if I could get. I well, and the options aren't stellar yet. Like it doesn't make a lot of sense to me. Like why can you only be the Red Ranger? Like you should
Yeah,
be able to pick any Ranger.
I think that's another thing that they're going to expand over time. Like
Hmm.
I think this was again just logistics. Like they knew they're not making the body to order. It's
Right.
like we're just going to produce X number of extra Red Ranger bodies, X number of
Hmm.
extra Snake Eyes bodies, and then we'll just have those to pick from and stick heads on. We may very well get to a point where you can choose anything. Like choose a Hasbro figure of this scale and then you get your head on it. They
Right.
got to work. That's a difficult scale thing because those aren't made to order, and it's a lot of money to hook up a mold.
Right.
Just for like
For sure.
one. Like one order comes in and like, oh, I got to get the mold out and just do this one thing and then disassemble it all.
They need to hook up with the Moldorama people.
Yeah, yeah, yes, that's what they need to do. And then you got to like let it cool down, and it's like super
Exactly.
fan.
You can
Yeah,
hold it. It's really, really toasty.
yeah.
Get
You
one
only
of your
get
outside.
those things when you go to the Christmas lights at the zoo.
Yeah. Yeah.
Zoo lights,
Absolutely.
and then you keep your hands warm.
And you
Um,
smell that wax.
So here's what I want to do for the rest of this episode, Pat.
Yeah.
I've got 3 boxes here that I purchased from tokulectables.com, where I get most of my Japanese memorabilia stuff. These
I like
guys,
and you're like
these kinds of
this
things.
stuff over here. Yeah.
You get to choose on Black Friday, you get to choose from several different themes: Super Sentai, Kamen Rider, Ultraman, Power Rangers. I don't remember if there's any more, but you get to choose a theme. And then you get to choose a size: small, medium, and large. When I got there, the smalls were all sold out. So I purchased some mediums and then one large.
Nice.
I don't remember how much these cost individually, but like altogether it was like $250. But the stuff that's in it should, in theory, add up to more than that.
Right.
Although it's one of those
That's
things
the
where it's
hope.
like, yeah, how much stuff in here would I have actually never ordered? Probably most of it.
Right.
But yeah, it's in there, and it's gonna be fun to look through it. Now, I know my kids dug through one of the boxes and pulled out all the Japanese candy already, and they showed me one thing because they popped open a gashapon, uh, one of the little capsule toys that you in
Uh,
Japan you would get it out of a machine. They popped it open and then threw me the empty capsule, and I think it was just a keychain. So I don't know if it's back in the box or not. We're gonna have to worry about it. So all I'm gonna do is, as I open it, get excited about each individual thing, and in order to keep this from getting too like repetitive, we're gonna do a box. Then we're gonna talk about one of the new movie trailers. Then we're gonna do a
awesome. I love
box,
the idea.
talk about one of the new movie trailers, etc. Because we got 3 boxes, we got 3 movies to talk about. So
Beautiful.
I'm gonna start with a box. I'm pretty sure this is the Kamen Rider box because it's the one that I opened already. Well, I've slit them all open already. But all right. So first off, all of them have. This is not a sponsored segment, just so you know. Toe Collectibles not giving us any money yet.
Or they
Anyway,
should
they
though,
all
maybe.
they all have a bag, like a
Okay.
little,
Okay.
backpacky thing. Cup that changes color with temperature, I'm told. My kids told me that this changes color with temperature. That's as far as I got. All right. I can already tell that there's some cool stuff in here. So there's a Kamen Rider Zero One plush figure.
Cute. Like it.
This is a Kamen Rider Slash plush figure.
Nice.
He's very cool. We have, I don't know what these are. They're from, these are something. They look
Oh.
like little blind box collectibles.
Yeah.
This one has, all I can tell you is that this one has Revice on it, and this one has Geets on it, and that is it. And I don't know what is in these little boxes. I'm just gonna pop them
Yeah.
open real
Pop
quick, see
pop them
what's in here.
open. Is
What
it
is in here? Oh yeah, no, it's just a tiny little figure. This is Kamen Rider O's Putotira combo,
nice?
and yeah, so these are little blind bag figure guys. This is um Fi's. I don't remember what the name of his power up form is.
Fair
So there you go.
enough.
That's cool. Little
Very
figures.
cool.
All right. We got 2 Revice stamps. These are if you have the
Hmm.
Revice belt. What do we got? So one of these looks like a dinosaur, and the other is a lion. And I think the lion is Agito, and the Brontosaurus is Geo. I think that's right. I'm just looking at the pictures. But these are like if you have the belt, these are the chain. You would stamp this on the belt, and then it would respond to it. And so like if you were collecting all of them, you
Nice.
stamp it on the belt, and it would show a picture of a Brontosaurus, and then make the noise specific to this one, and then do all the music. And the guy's probably like, "Hey, it's a dinosaur," or whatever. I don't really. This is just some mints.
That's thoughtful.
I think this is the keychain that was in the Gashapon. It says, um, I have no idea. I don't read Japanese. I'll have to look up. Someone tell me what that says.
The power of your keys is in your hand.
SH Figuarts, Kamen Rider Kuga.
Oh, nice. You have that one already?
I do not.
See? Winner, winner, chicken dinner.
Yeah, that is very cool. A Ride Watch stage set. So this was a series for the 20th anniversary of the Heisei Riders. It's just like a reissue of an older figure, but with a special base. So
Cool.
figure is in there. Yeah, that's actually very cool.
Heck
It
yeah.
feels a lot heavier than a normal figure art too.
Maybe the base is nicer, or maybe it's got some die cast in it.
I don't think so, but I don't know. It's not the it's not the Seiho figure, but all right, what do we got? What else we got here? Sticker.
Hmm.
Um, what is this? Is this? I think this is an acrylic base for your figure arts Kamen Rider Forza.
Oh, that's
I think
fancy.
is what that is. So he's in a bin. I'm gonna get him out later, not now, not during the show. And some kind of magazine.
Oh, what's in there? Looks
Oh
spicy.
man, there's some good stuff in here. Look at these
Oh,
Kamen
oh, oh,
Riders.
oh. You can put those up on your wall in your bedroom.
I know, man. Do you know? You know what I had hanging. This is a little bit of a callback. You know what I had hanging in my bedroom when I was a kid? Tommy
What?
Oliver. A pinup of Tommy Oliver. No,
There
actually,
you
no, wait. No, I take that back. My sister had a pinup of Tommy Oliver in her room, but it came out of a magazine that I had gotten. Teen Bop or whatever. What was it?
I
Was that a
oddly
magazine when
enough,
we were kids? I
yeah,
got
I'm
it because
sure. I'm
it
sure.
was like the Power Rangers issue and everything.
Oddly enough, that's this very room.
Oh yeah, that is. Pet lives in my old house.
I do.
It's
I do. It's
it's
weird.
weird. Oh man, new power ups.
Oh,
I've
that
never
power is up.
I always see scans from this magazine and I've never seen it. I've never physically held one in real life. Look at it's the
Yeah.
characters from the show and their new abilities or
Is
whatever.
that a frogman? He's the
You
color of
know,
frogs.
I don't remember what animal this is because I just caught up on Don Brothers and I have not caught up on Geets yet. So I don't remember. This is like a cat girl thing, and she's got a cool
Guitar?
like yeah guitar
Like 90s
that she hits
Saved by the
people
Bell
with.
Saved by the Bell logo guitar.
Yeah, exactly. It's very reminiscent of this Slash whose
Uh-huh.
power was also I think there's a little guitar in there. So yeah, that was a cool box with a figure art and
Now,
some
was that a
plushies.
medium or a large?
That was a medium.
Nice.
The
Can't wait to see
large,
what the large is going to entail. That's
yes,
cool.
the large is the Super Sentai one. Punk Jack.
Punk Jack. That's a good looking guy.
This is a really good show. I've watched a couple of episodes and pretty good show. Pretty good show. I don't understand most of it yet, but
You'll get there.
yep, okay. So let me swipe all of this back into the box and then we will watch a trailer. Hold on. Let me let me crack open real quick one of these stamper things.
Yeah, let's see it.
I, see, I was wondering, would there be anything in here that I should not open that I should just like resell because I don't want? But I kind of dig it. All right. Oh, I love these things. You get the little Japanese candies. I love these.
Nom nom nom.
I should have put myself on full screen. Pat, you got to remind me when I'm doing stuff to that I need to put myself on full screen. So, what does this do? So it's got the stamp on the bottom. The
Uh-huh.
if I recall, the belt has a like a magnadoodle on it, and this is
That
a
makes
magnet.
sense.
So when you
Okay.
stamp it, you get this image on the screen, but it can also tell what you have stamped, and I don't remember how, but wait,
Yeah.
hold on, hold on, noise canceller off. Come on, lion. There you go. So anyway, yeah, you would do this into the belt
Sounded
and
like Berserker.
yeah. So well, now I got. Do I need to track down the belt now or? Probably not. I feel like that's a rabbit hole I don't want to go
It's.
down.
I was gonna say it's one of those things. How much is the belt? If the belt's
I,
like not that
I think
much.
they did a U.S. release of it actually, so I
Oh,
think it's
see.
not that much. But I feel like maybe this is a rabbit hole, like I said, that I don't want to go down.
Yeah. How many of those key guys do you have?
The stamper thing.
No, the keys. The little flip out Ranger keys that you were buying like a maniac for a long time.
These things.
Yes.
A lot.
I was gonna say that was a rabbit hole.
Yeah, that was a rabbit hole. That was quite the rabbit hole that I have not yet extracted myself from. While I eat this Japanese candy, oh, here's so good. Let me bring up the which trailer do you want to talk about first, Pat?
What were our options again?
We got the Transformers, we got Guardians, and we got Indiana Jones. That's
Man,
of the trailers that more came out, but that's the ones we want to talk about.
right. I feel like you're going to want to talk the most about Transformers and the least about Indiana Jones.
Nailed it.
So, do we want to start strong with Transformers or end strong with Transformers? Because I feel like we'll both have a lot to say about Transformers.
Let's start strong with Transformers.
Okay, great. Let's do it.
So, this
As we
trailer,
know, we can't watch the trailer. Watch
right?
the trailer on your own.
This part of it, where
For millions of years.
I found this to be like not compelling to begin with, like not off to a good start here. For millions of years,
Now,
our world has transformed. Like, what does that mean?
Ryan was like, "Hey, the new Transformers trailer came out." I was like, "They're doing a new movie?" Or like, I was like, "A new cartoon?" He's like, "No, a movie." I was like, "What movie?" Completely forgot this existed.
This movie was essentially announced like 2 years ago or something like that.
So. Yeah.
And it kept getting pushed back so much that they started like releasing some of the figures in other lines just because they didn't want to be sitting on it too much.
Mm-hmm.
And so now they're finally getting this movie out. Now, this movie is not directed by Michael Bay, although he is a producer on it. I opened up the other thing so that I could get the other candy out. These things are addictive. I love these things. They're just it's just like a four-leaf clover of sugar.
Mm.
It's amazing. Anyway, Michael Bay is producing, not really involved that much. ILM is not doing the effects for this movie. So I feel like I could immediately tell like this doesn't look like the other movies. Some scenes look better, some scenes look worse. I don't know. I forgot what the company is, but I think it's the company that did the Sonic the Hedgehog movies.
Weird choice.
So,
okay.
Anyway, not off to a great start with this narration or this words on the screen because they're just kind of like stupid. But for millions of years, our world has transformed, but something else has awakened. What does that mean?
Yeah, I just for my own sanity, are we still pretending that the Michael Bay movies happen after these?
No.
Okay. This is totally new continuity.
This may or may not even be in the same continuity as the Bumblebee movie.
Okay, so we're not even sure of that.
Yeah, the Bumblebee movie, the storied history of the Transformers movies is that they don't make any sense.
Yes.
Okay, in case you were wondering, they don't make any sense. The Bumblebee movie was supposed to be in continuity, and then at the last minute they decided it wasn't, and so that whole opening scene on Cybertron with them all fighting was a last minute addition to the movie as a way of being like, okay, actually this is what happened before the movie, not all the other stuff like Megatron chasing the cube and then the
okay. So even while seeing that movie, I was still under the impression that that it was supposed to somehow be in between, like when they showed up on Earth and when the events of the first Michael Bay film.
They hedged their bets because they were like, just don't show Megatron in the flashback, just in case we want to say that it is in continuity, because he's supposed to be on Earth at this point already.
Right.
But then it's, in my opinion, every movie introduces some new thing that contradicts the movies before it.
Right.
So every movie, you're already looking at it and being like, this might as well just be a soft reboot anyway. It's like Megatron followed the cube to Earth, and no one knew where he went. And they, it took until Bumblebee found it, or whatever the plot of the movie was. I don't even remember. Right. But then it's like, then the next movie's like, and actually, a bunch of Decepticons also came to Earth, after Megatron, and they did stuff, and it had nothing to do with the cube. And then it was like, oh yeah, and then also, um, Decepticons have been working with the government since the '60s, and they didn't know about the cube, and that didn't factor in. And then it was, oh yeah, Transformers have been here since literally the dawn of life on Earth, and there's just Transformers everywhere constantly, and nobody noticed the cube. You know, it's like every movie is a new kind of a thing. And then the
Right.
fifth movie was like, oh, and the planet is Unicron. And it didn't, and Unicron didn't notice that the cube was sitting on it for a couple of decades, you know. And then since they kind of, that's the furthest we've gone into the future, because now these movies take place, they're doing the X-Men thing. These movies take place in the past.
Right.
Even this one takes place in the past. And we can all just assume that when Unicron woke up, he destroyed the Earth and everybody died. Right? It's like we
Right.
didn't make
Right.
that the movie after that because he was already shifting the continents. They described his awakening as like, oh, the continents are shifting. It's like, yeah, everybody's dead now. There's no fighting that.
Right. He just woke up and just stood up in
Yeah,
space,
it's like,
and
listen,
everything fell off.
yeah, everybody suffocated and died, and there was like lava everywhere. Like everybody's dead. So we're not making that movie. We wrote ourselves into a literal corner. We're making these movies now.
Yeah. They, ask Neil deGrasse Tyson about what would happen if the Earth just stopped rotating,
Yeah.
because that's what happened when Unicron woke up. He
Yeah.
was like, "What?
Right.
Just that initial, huh? Did my alarm go off?"
Yep.
Everybody,
Everybody,
everybody's
millions
going,
of millions of people got flung into space at a 1,000 miles an hour. Anyway,
it was really cool,
um,
sure.
yeah. So
Michael Bay
this
would have loved
movie
to make that movie.
supposedly, hold on, I'm going to close this window slightly. Got windy. Um, this is ostensibly a sequel to Bumblebee, whether or not Bumblebee is a sequel to or a prequel to
Right.
the other ones. The other weird thing about this though is that internally they refer to this as Transformers 7, but you know, whatever.
Sure.
They're all so anyway. The premise of this one is who the hell knows what the premise of this movie is, other than
I don't even care. It
yeah,
looks fun.
exactly. So what we can assume is that um, there's robot animals. That's what we know, and then
Right.
and the other Autobots are just there. So this is, of course, Optimus Primal. He's played by not Gary Chalk. He's played by Ron Perlman, which is who played him in the Netflix shows,
Oh, okay.
I believe. And oh, where he played him somewhere else too. It wasn't in the I don't I think someone else played him in the Machinima shows,
I don't
the
have any idea.
Prime trilogy. Either way, Ron Perlman is totally fine as Optimus Primal, although I wish it was Gary Chalk. I think actually Ron Perlman's voice sounds better coming out of a robot that looks like this than Gary Chalk's voice does.
Right.
This guy seems very serious.
I this, you know my feelings about uh Beast Wars when it gets to this part, because they are monkey-looking robots that turn into robot-looking monkeys. And
They
I
don't.
don't like that.
Yeah, I don't care for the fact that they look like robots, robot
Robot-looking
animals.
monkeys and
Yeah,
monkey-looking robots.
I would prefer if he really did just look like a gorilla,
Right.
you know. So of
Although I don't
course,
think anybody's buying that. Like that's the problem. It worked for a cartoon show and I enjoyed the shit out of it. Um, but once, like I said, once they got to this point where it was like, yes, I am an ape, but I also have a metal face.
yeah.
It's
So
like, who are you fooling? You're not in disguise anymore. Get the hell out of here.
I mean, obviously, we're not we are not doing anything even remotely related to the plot of Beast Wars.
Right.
Um, we just have these characters here in present day.
Beast Wars was hard enough as a kid to swallow. Like, I
Beast,
mean, I enjoyed it, but like the second that they were just like, oh, look, there's Optimus Prime. He's just like frozen in time.
yeah.
It's like,
So
why?
the the
What?
the premise of Beast Wars was that it's like the year 3000, and Transformers are energon is scarce, and so Transformers downsize to be much smaller to use less energy. A certain two groups of Transformers went back in time because of plot and on landed on a planet which turned out to be prehistoric Earth, where they discovered that the whole place is covered in highly concentrated energon, but they essentially have pretender technology because it's the future. And if they encase themselves in organics, then the energon just like in the same way the energon doesn't kill the native wildlife, if they encase themselves in it, if you wear a skin suit of the natives, then it doesn't bother you. So they had to stay in beast mode unless they were in their ship, or they could stay in robot mode for only a short time outside before they started to get oversaturated with energon. So that was the whole premise of Beast Wars. Um, and they were significantly like they were. Optimus Primal was the size of a normal gorilla.
Right.
Everybody else kind of had dubious scaling, especially the insect guys, because there was
Insect,
no
the rat
there was no
trap,
size shifting. Yeah.
right.
But like Optimus, Rhinox, Cheetor, they were all
Yeah, they were
essentially
all
like normal
essentially the
size.
size of those animals.
Yeah. So
So,
anyway, in this movie, it's clearly present day, although Optimus Primal does reference something about the past and the present, and who knows, like I don't, are they from the future or
right,
something? Who
right.
knows? How is he also an Optimus? Like how are they gonna, on the cartoon, there was no explanation for why he had an Optimus head and why he was named Optimus Primal. That was just his name. He was
Right.
named after. It was like a, like a an homage. He was like his parents named him that because they liked
Right,
Optimus
right.
Prime.
And they're like, you know what, kid? You got the head of Optimus Prime. We're gonna call you Optimus Primal.
And all the other characters like chose their names after they got their beast modes. They were like, I'm going to change my name to match my beast mode. And Optimus Primal's just like, yeah, I'm already named Optimus Primal, and that's a pretty cool name. So
I'm pretty awesome. I'm not gonna change anything about myself.
yeah. So some people complained because the Optimus model is different than Bumblebee.
Yeah, the Bumblebee one was better.
Yeah, it was. I agree. It was, and I don't know why they changed it. I don't know. I mean, time has passed, so maybe they were just like, it
He
should look
is
different. But
he is still like a flat nosed truck, so
oh,
that
totally, yeah,
that I'm very very fond of. There he is. There he is.
yep.
But yeah, I don't know here's the thing. The thing I loved the most about Bumblebee was like they just said, "Hey, you know what? You have it.
Yeah.
Here's your wildest dreams, kids. All of the Transformers look exactly the way you want them to. Enjoy."
Mhm.
And God bless it, I did.
You do get a nice shot of Bumblebee transforming. We do get another one of those. Like this is very reminiscent of the first movie, where it's like the kid gets in
I'll
a car, and
keep
they're like,
talking. I'll
oh,
be right back.
okay, and they're like, oh yeah, there's an Autobot symbol. What the heck does that mean? Oh no, the car is driving itself. I still don't know. This is a cool thing where the the police hit the car and turn it around. This is Mirage, the not Jazz. This is Mirage. The police hit the car and it spins around, but then it just like transforms itself so that it's facing the other way. And I don't really see how that's like. You see like wheels kind of moving around, so I don't really. I'm not buying it. But yeah, he makes some duplicates, whatever. So we get shots of this summer. We got Cheetor, who is massive. I really do kind of wish that they had kept the size. Like it is weird that he's just massive. When my son saw this, he was absolutely thrilled though. So at least I got that going for me. We're gonna go see this movie for the first time. Me and him going to see a movie that he actually wants to see. That I'm not just dragging him to. So we got Cheetor, we got Air Razor. Is there a good shot? Yeah, Air Razor. Who couldn't breathe fire on the show, but that's okay. I don't know what's happening here. I guess this is like a rock or a robot is falling down. Yeah, it's like a robot. Power. Power. So, this here, nope. Let me get a thing. I don't have a screen where Pat's not on it, and we also see the browser. So we got to watch Pat on the phone talking to his daughter. So, here we got RC, presumably, and this is Wheeljack. So that's a new kind of form for Wheeljack. Um, Trying to remember. I don't think Wheeljack actually appears in the later movies at all. No, he doesn't. Like they made a Wheeljack character and then they renamed him Brains. So yeah, so we get some cool shots of RC. Very detailed face. I like the way the head looks. And some shots of her kind of skating and shooting. Is Primal. Hold on, he's coming back.
Yep. Yep, I'm back.
All right, put that down near your head. Cool.
It's all near my head.
We were just talking about how good RC looks. Me and the crew.
I was very excited to see RC. I was like, maybe I'll finally get an RC toy. I don't have an RC toy.
You don't have an RC toy?
I don't have an RC toy.
Oh man, you got to get. Isn't it great how I just have these things handy all the time? You got to get the RC toy from the Bumblebee movie.
Oh, that's a good looking one.
It's a good one. It's a good one. It transforms and it kind
I
of.
have to like find that on the interwebs.
No, I think this is fairly new release. So
Still
anyway, yeah, this is how she
local
appeared in the that brief opening scene
Right.
from Bumblebee. Anyway, she looks different here, but I think she looks good. What else we
all
got?
of these designs are a downgrade from Bumblebee. I'm not gonna lie. There's not a single one where I was like, oh man, they got that right.
Bumblebee himself is now back to old Camaro
Mm-hmm.
or modern day Camaro. Who else we got? I kind of like the colors of RC with the red and white.
Mm.
I think it looks very there's a 70s feel to it.
I
Which
mean,
I
I'm
think
okay
is
with it.
when this movie takes place. I don't know. I
Judging
can't.
by that bug, yeah.
Yeah, Wheeljack.
Is that Wheeljack?
It is. So there's Optimus Primal again. This is Bumblebee, obviously. The guy holding Bumblebee is Scourge. You may recall Scourge from the 2001 Robots in Disguise show. He's Black Optimus in the cartoon.
Right. Right.
I don't think he's Black Optimus. I don't know that we've fully seen his vehicle mode. I'm not sure his vehicle mode was in any of the promo shots or anything. Okay, so this scene of Optimus transforming is cool because instead of just random parts moving around, this Optimus transforms exactly the way the G1 toy transforms. Like that's his arm, that's his shoulder, these are his legs. You can't see my mouse moving around. I don't know how it decides when to show my mouse and when not to. But yeah, it transforms exactly the way the G1 toy does.
It would have been all the more impressive if he looked more like he did in the last movie. What's
Yes.
up with this? What's with this bug mouth thing?
They're just trying to make him look like the Michael Bay version of
I really
Optimus.
fucking hate that. Pardon my language, everyone.
I
But
do
I really
too.
hate that.
But at least it does that.
Right. I mean, it gets there, but there's no reason. There is not a single person aside from Michael Bay that has ever said, you know what, Optimus needs a mouth, man.
Yep.
They have the Michael Bay eyes going on too. Like I don't
Yeah.
know if that was really a thing in Bumblebee or not, but like those are very like swirly twirly
Mm-hmm.
mechanical stuff going on.
Yep. So apparently there's a big battle scene. This is actually very cool. There's a lot of Easter eggs hidden in here. So we got Cheetor transforming pretty much exactly the way he does in the cartoon.
Mm-hmm.
It goes really fast and it's hard to see. Optimus Primal again transforms exactly the way he does in the cartoon, which is that he just stands up and some parts rearrange. But he does have a mouthpiece, which Optimus
That
Primal does not have.
Right.
But
And also, he looks like Black Panther.
yeah, that's a reference. That's an homage.
Sure.
Things to note though, and I don't know if I can actually get a shot to stop on it, but he does have his mace on a chain thing, or maybe it's a knife on a chain.
So. That looked like it, right?
Yeah, that his toy originally came with. And he. Oh, come on. I can't step through this, can I? No, I can't. I'm trying to get a shot of him landing. You can kind of see it there. His two swords connect into like a single blade weapon, just like he would sometimes do on the show, and the toy could do. So they did it. They did a good job.
I'm not mad at this trailer in any way, shape, or form, but it just, I don't know. The giving us everything we wanted as a tease in the last movie, and I guess by we I mean me,
Hmm.
giving me literally everything I wanted out of a Transformers movie, and then being like, maybe there'll be more soon, and then this is what I get. I'm disappointed. I'm
As
disappointed.
a
This might be good. It's like you say, hey kids, we're gonna have pizza tonight, and everybody's like, yay, pizza! But then it's really like freezer pizza. It's still pizza, and you're still gonna enjoy it, but you were thinking you were getting Pizza Hut.
I like freezer pizza. As a as a person who likes Beast Wars more than G1,
Mm-hmm.
I am very excited for this movie,
I can
and
see.
I just hope that they do the Beast characters more justice than they did in the um, Netflix series,
Mm,
where the characters just kind of showed up and were very oddly characterized, and some of them had bad acting, and yeah, it, weird. But anyway, then we get this. Hey, and then oh, I forgot that I could do that. And then this kind of cool scene where he just kind of very
right.
suave gets out of Mirage.
I like that guy. He's from Lin Manuel Miranda.
He is from him.
No, he gained his popularity, in starring in Hamilton and in The Heights. So
Right, the heights.
The
All right,
Heights.
so that's the end of my discussion with of Rise of the Beast. I'm very excited for that movie. As excited as I can get for a Transformers movie, where I always temper my expectations for a Transformers movie with the fact that most of them are really bad,
Right.
and at best they're not really bad. Like that's really kind of like the
So
best way
yeah,
to say.
so far that's the greatest compliment we can give a Bumblebee was not so bad.
And I will say, you know, the deaths of Kevin Conroy and Jason David Frank have like it was not lost on me in the last couple of weeks that Peter Cullen is very old,
Yeah, that's
and
true.
he's probably like this may be the last movie he's in, right? Like
I mean,
we don't
Jesus, don't.
know,
We don't know.
right?
Every day is a gift. That's why
It's
it's
been
called
5 years
present.
since Bumblebee.
Right.
You know, like who knows when the next one is going to come out?
How old is
He
he?
he like 80 something.
I know he's in his 80s, but I mean, he's still in pretty good.
He's in fantastic shape, but
Yeah,
you never know. You never know. So
it's true.
all
It's
I'm
true.
saying
Don't
is
take it for granted. I hear you.
you treasure Peter Cullen as long as you have Peter Cullen,
That's
right?
that's for sure.
You put him in your movies.
You
Now,
put him in all the movies.
here's what we're going to do next. I need to get a water refill,
Okay.
and
Yeah.
then we're going to open another box, but I will leave you with this power up sound. Yeah, brachio. Yo, yo, yo. Oh, and it's stuck.
Brachio.
All right. BRB, folks. All right, we're back. I've got the next box. I'm pretty sure
Yes.
this is another medium box.
Hmm.
They're just regular shipping boxes full of stuff
I like that tape.
with their they got custom tape. Every time a new show starts, there's new custom tape. And
So,
they'll release new figure like new characters will come out in the show and then they got new custom tape. This tape has Danzankayo on it. I think that's his name.
sure.
So I'm pretty sure this is the Power Rangers box, Pat.
Nice. Go full screen.
Oh, thank you. Yeah. Full screen. All right, we got the bag.
Excellent.
We got, oh, there's some good stuff in here. Not much, but good stuff. There is, I feel like this is just getting rid of some stock, but there is a Legacy Psycho Ranger Black in here.
All right.
Actually, a pretty cool figure. I'm not actually sure if I ever got the Legacy, because this is not Lightning Collection. This is from
Right.
before that.
Well, now you got it.
We got a ripped box of Mini-Mates. And by
Oh,
ripped, because it's ripped
Minimates.
on the back there. But this is, well, it's these four. Tommy, Billy, Alpha, Kimberly.
It's a
Not
good
a bad
set.
set. Yeah. I don't have any Mini-Mates, I don't think.
Now you do.
Now I do. Now I got some Mini-Mates. We got the mints again. We got, ooh, stickers for,
Nice.
what you call it? Dino Fury. We got, that was actually pretty cool. This is that Power Dagger letter opener.
Oh, nice.
Actually quite cool. It's very, I don't know if you could tell from the, with it in the package. Yeah, it was really
It's
shiny and metal.
very, yeah, very metally.
Yeah. Compared to a Lightning Collection dagger, it's rather large.
Yes, it is.
You know what I'm gonna do is give this to my Unicron figure. And he's gonna be a Power Ranger now. This box seems like it had a lot less stuff in it, but maybe this stuff is more
Was that
expensive.
it?
No, there's one more
Oh,
thing,
okay.
Pat, and it's actually probably my favorite thing in the box so far. It's Goldar.
Oh, nice. That's rad.
I don't have any of these Super 7 things because I don't,
Yeah.
again, that's a rabbit hole I don't want to go down.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
But man, this guy looks really good. And
They
it's
do
a
they do a really good job with the Ranger stuff. I've
very shiny.
almost bought several of these, but again, not a rabbit hole I want to go down.
I am trying to remember. I may have pre-ordered like the Zord ones, but I don't think so. I
Mhm.
think I got the Ultimates. I don't have any of
That
them
makes
yet. I think I
sense.
pre-ordered the
Right.
Ultimates for
Yeah, they take
just
forever
the
to come
Zords.
out.
Yeah, but this Goldar is really nice. Like he's fully painted gold
Yeah,
as you would
he's
expect.
big.
Yeah, he's pretty big. He's pretty big. I'll show you him next to a letter opener for scale. Yeah, that's the whole Power Ranger box.
It's not awful, but it does. I mean,
This one, I believe, was a little bit cheaper than the Common Rider box.
mhm,
Even though they were both mediums, I'm pretty sure this one was cheaper.
mhm.
Got to figure out how to get these back in the box now. All right, should we talk about another trailer?
Yeah, let's do indie. Let's go to indie.
All right, now I didn't watch this trailer, so walk me through what's
So,
happening here. This is
first of
the
all,
sun.
as an Indiana Jones fan, I was super like I'm a very emotional guy. I teared up through this whole trailer.
Who's
It
this guy?
starts out that's indie. It starts out with Sala, John Rice Davies, talking about missing. He misses the desert. He misses adventure.
Hmm.
And then it cuts to an old Indy saying, "Oh, those days are behind us," and he's like, "Or are they?" Aside,
Ah,
I'm paraphrasing.
okay.
Yeah, see, he misses the sea. Indy is that's a cool effect. There's a bunch of fish like fly away from this skeleton thing, and there's something underneath.
We're gonna
It's
try
neat.
and do this fast enough. Okay, cool. Where we don't get
Right,
demonetized.
right,
They don't
exactly.
take away all that money that we're
All that
making.
sweet, sweet money. But we see here Andy is still teaching. He's still a professor. It's very
Forgot
cool.
that you could use this feature.
Um,
Not that it works.
he's this. See, this is all Sala doing the over voice of missing um, adventure. You know, um, we get some Nazis, which are always fun to fight.
Hmm.
Uh,
Please
um,
kick the Nazis' ass. That's my policy.
there's Indy is very active in this movie, and I mean Harrison Ford is a pretty active guy. You know, when he was filming this, he would run every day. You know, so I mean that's
Because that's what the
he's in
script
his
said.
80s. You know,
Oh, there he is.
there he is, looking all old and stuff, which is sad. But now here's an interesting point to note. In the end of the last film, he married Marion from
Mm.
the first one.
Hmm.
Um, she does not seem to be in this trailer, so I don't know if Marion left him. If she's, I hope she's not dead. I know, you know, this is almost certainly the last Indiana Jones film. So my deepest hope is that we're going to get cameos from as many people as possible. So I was
Hmm.
very happy because John Rice Davies was retired. He came out of retirement for this movie, which is very cool.
There he
Yes,
is.
perhaps not. He looks great. He looks
He
great.
does actually look pretty good.
He could be thrown by an elf any day.
Hmm.
Um, so, and I mean, honestly,
Next
Indy
summer.
Indy is looking pretty good too. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Um, but so we're going through where he's adventuring. He starts talking about how he doesn't believe in magic, but what he's come to figure out, because again he's seen like all this crazy shit. Um, he's
That's
seen
not
many
how the Force
things.
works.
Oh, yeah, right where you're going there. No, keep going a little bit. Right there. Give us just a smidge further. We will see a lot of digitally de-aged Harrison Ford in what we hope are flashbacks, but some people are a little worried because this is called the Dial of Destiny. In that he may find something that allows him to travel through time.
He's going to dial it back a little bit.
Right, dialing it back.
Or what if this is a clone of him, like in Logan?
Maybe this is the same director. Um, so
There it is.
what
That's
we're
probably
seeing,
it right there.
that's the dial. Yep.
That's the dial.
Uh,
Hey, look, you can see my mouse moving now.
look at that.
Why?
I know
Why?
because it loves Indiana Jones too.
Wait, hold on.
Um,
This is a transformer. Okay. I got that out of my system now.
there you go. So yeah, so I what I'm hoping is if this is time travel, I'm hoping what basically is going to happen is Indy is just going to be aware of himself in the past. You know what I mean? Like it's not going to be like physical time travel, kind of quantum leap kind of stuff. Um,
Time heist?
there you see, there he goes. He's going to put the hat and the whip. Going to put him on. At this point, I believe the dun 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 dun, dun starts playing.
Yeah, right
Um,
there.
yep. See music. You know, basically he says something to the effect of it's not what you believe, it's how you believe or how hard you believe or whatever. Then we see them looks like they're
I hope he like name drops the other movies, in this movie. And he's just gonna like, this is my last crusade.
uh-oh, this is
You
my
know.
temple of doom.
Oh no. Yeah,
I think I
exactly.
broke my crystal skull. So it looks like here that they could be avoiding the boulder.
The Temple of Doom. Yeah.
So, you know, that could be happening. Um, so
That that would be funny if this whole movie is like Avengers Endgame
right.
and they just time travel back through all the other movies and avoid all the traps and
It could be.
cleverly avoid all the other scenes and everything.
Now, I have heard everything about this movie from the test audiences loved it
Who's this
and
guy?
test audiences hated it. That guy is actually, I don't know if you watched Sandman, but that's the Corinthian from the Sandman show. Not very
He
recognized because you
he
couldn't
looks,
see his eyes before, but
yeah, he's got
he's
Jim Carrey eyes.
he does. He's very likely a Nazi. We're
He's got
pretty sure.
Nazi mustache. This
He's
is
got
Nazi
the,
Jim
you
Carrey.
know, the hair, the mustache, you know. It's not the traditional Nazi mustache, it's just a little one. But anyway, let's keep progressing. Um, Indy doing stuff with
When
his whip.
indie stuff, this
Uh,
person, that guy. falling
Phoebe,
out.
I don't know how to
No
say her last
ticket.
name.
No ticket, Pat.
No ticket. No ticket.
They're gonna say that in this movie. This feels like a movie where they would say that.
He's riding a friggin' horse against a train, and he's doing some cool looking stunts.
Do do
And
do
there it
do
is, the
do
dial
do
of
do.
destiny, and
Who is this man?
and he's got his classic. He's got his tie on, and all these people start going crazy. He pulls out his whip, and then in a classic reversal, he pulls out the whip, tells them all to back off, and they all pull guns on him.
Yep.
The
That's
opposite of
what.
that one scene.
Yep. That's what happens, man. That's you got to be careful
And
with that.
you don't bring a whip to a gunfight.
June
And June
30th.
30th, Indiana Jones. Here's I love
Film is not
Harrison.
yet rated.
I love Harrison
Isn't that
Ford.
when Transformers is coming out? When is Transformers coming out? June. It's gonna be a busy June for us, Pat.
Be a busy June. We'll just have to go to the movies like every weekend.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, so yeah, I have hopes. I'm trying not to get them high because
I
the
love
last
hopes.
one sucked so hard.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
You think they learned any lessons?
I hope so. I mean, for one, neither George Lucas nor Steven Spielberg are directing this one, which is interesting. So this is directed by the guy who did Logan. I can never remember his name, but um,
Marigold?
something like
Shouldn't it say on here somewhere?
I think this was more.
James Marigold.
Sure, we'll
Wait
go
a
with
minute.
that.
Didn't I say that uh, maybe it's like in Logan?
You did, and then I said, "Yeah, this is the same director."
I didn't hear that part. James Mangold. That's his name.
Yes, man.
Mangold.
So
He's both.
Phoebe Waller-Bridge. That's who I was trying to. And Antonio Banderas is there, and John
Mm.
Rice Davies, and Toby Jones, and all those other people.
Who's Toby Jones?
Toby Jones is or was
Oh,
oh,
Mads Mikkelsen.
his name. He was in Captain America.
Mads
Uh,
Mikkelsen?
no.
Toby Jones? Oliver Richters was in Black Widow. Anyway, I'm sure people are in this
Yeah,
movie and it moves. It's like a motion picture, so
it's some sort of motion picture in color.
yeah.
Um,
Several colors it looks like.
maybe three,
Mostly yellows.
sepia tones. He's
Yeah.
old. But yeah, I mean, I think it's interesting. I mean, the digital de-aging looks great. Um, I
Oh.
just hope that I hope the story plays out well, and I hope that it's not fucking aliens or some shit at the end.
I hope at the end he goes back in time and relives his whole life with the woman he loves.
Yeah, me too. Me too. He deserves
You know.
that. But yeah, I've got hopes that are higher than they probably should be. Um, I Harrison Ford does not want anybody else to play Indiana Jones.
Mhm.
He has stated this, when it was, highly speculated that Chris Pratt was like potentially going to take over the role or something. Harrison Ford said in no uncertain terms, I believe he said, "When I'm gone, he's gone."
It's funny
But
that he let someone else play Han Solo though.
he doesn't care. He hates Han Solo. He famously wanted to die in Return of the Jedi, so he didn't have to be bothered with it anymore.
Yeah.
And the only reason he came back to do the new movies is because they let him die. So yeah, he didn't love playing Han Solo, but he's said over the years the reason why he stays in shape as an older man is if for any
Just
opportunity
in
to play
case.
Indiana. If it just like somebody's like, hey, we need somebody to play Indiana Jones at a party, he's gonna be like, I've got my whip. So yeah,
I I'm interested in this video that's being recommended down here that says Indiana Jones cast Where Are They Now from 2 hours ago. And it's like, where are they now? They're still in Indiana
they're
Jones.
they're in Indiana Jones 5, you idiots. Duh. Yeah, no, I got very teary-eyed throughout the whole thing. It could be really good. It could be good. Indiana Jones deserves a good send-off. So,
Hmm. Yeah, definitely. Definitely.
that's
I mean,
all I have to say about that.
it's like it would have been fine if they'd left it alone and not done four.
Yeah,
But then once
absolutely.
they did four, it was like you gotta kind of do a five and fix
Fix it.
that.
Fix it, man.
We need a time heist.
We
Like
do. And
we need like the in real life, someone has to go fix those movies with the time heist. So,
absolutely.
all right, let me do another
The
box.
big box.
This is a big one.
Ba-ba-ba-bam.
It's I mean, it's slightly bigger, I guess.
I'm assuming or hoping go full screen.
Yep, yep,
Um,
yep, 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 yep.
I'm assuming and hoping for your sake that it just means the quality of the stuff is large.
Well, I like what I see so far here, Pat.
Okay.
It's another bag.
Ah, it's amazing.
All right, what is? It's a commemorative plate of some sort.
You can eat your ramen on it.
Oh, maybe that is what it is. Hold on. I'm gonna have to get all I can read is it says Japanese and then the word big and then Japanese. I think it's actually a pin. It's got a pin on the back.
Oh, it's a giant button because
It's a
they're
giant
stuck
button.
in the 90s.
Exactly.
That's amazing. I used to love the giant, but I don't think I ever had one. But I loved the notion of them because they were like $20 at Sam Goody.
I have another plushie.
You have
This one
quite
is
the plushie collection now.
I know this is Juo Eagle from Juogers. Juoger. He's the Red Ranger from the 30th
I'm not gonna lie to
40th
you.
40th anniversary season.
Most of the things you say about these things sound made up.
Fair enough. Uh, what is this? This is a Don Brothers altar. It's a another form for him based on the Tokuger train.
Oh, is it
So
like a model or is it just a
it
toy?
it is supposed to combine with his altar form. So it starts out as a train and then it turns into like a little robot guy with little snappers that he can pinch people with because it's this is life size.
So,
On
do
the
you?
show he gets very tiny when he turns
I
into this.
see. Do you get both of those toys in there, or is that
No,
a?
this is just the train.
I hope the little guy's in there too.
He
And
is not in there. I
oh,
guarantee you he is not in there.
that's it's a terrible mystery box prize.
I have a Zen, one of the
Oh,
little gear boxes.
yeah.
I already have this box, so Pat, Merry Christmas. You can have this box.
Yes, finally.
I don't know which one is in here other than the one that's on the cover, but either way. Remember one time you asked me, do they actually make Super Sentai action figures in Japan? Like
I
for
did
kids that
answer.
aren't like
Yeah.
figure arts and stuff? Well, here's one of them of Zen Kaiser Black.
Hey, nice. That's fun.
So this is what actual Sentai action figures look like for kids, not the figure arts ones. Yeah,
I mean it's pretty
I
clear, but
can't bend my hands.
that's very cool.
Yeah, so he comes with a gun apparently.
Good.
So there you go. That's an action figure. I got another magazine, but this time it's for um, Sentai.
Nice.
What's in this one? Lots of cool stuff. Mostly just poses. Oh, is there? Oh, yeah. Hey, look at that. I can't see it. Can you look at that?
Oh
Look at that.
yeah.
That's good times there.
That is.
That was a good episode. I sent you the clip from that episode, didn't I?
You did.
Yeah, this is a good show. I really love this show. Okay, magazine. Ooh, ooh, ooh. There's some good stuff in here.
All right.
Oh, there's ooh.
About
Oh,
time.
whoa. Hey, whoa. Okay, we got a vinyl figure
Oh,
of this is another different type of action figure. It has only its arms move,
that's fun. That's
but
fun.
this is Two Kaiser with the I don't remember what the power up is called, like Hyper Two Kaiser, some of that. He's got his Quantum Ranger power up, so that's cool.
That's
My kids will
very
probably
cool.
like that one. Um, oh, okay. So this is actually nice. This is a model kit. So
Oh, nice.
you would have to buy both of these
Uh
to assemble this one character. But I believe, unless they have screwed me over here,
huh.
that this is the
It
two
does.
pieces
It
you
does
need
appear.
to
One
make
is
this
legs
character.
and one is top. So
Yeah. So this was a in this set you could build all of these guys from this wave.
nice.
So yeah, so I'll have to put that together. That's pretty
Those
cool.
are. I used to get stuff like that from that Mitsuwa place out in Schaumburg.
Hmm. Okay. Stickers, another one from Dino Fury, and then one of the Down Brothers Mecha.
Nice.
And then this is the last thing in the box. And I don't really know how to explain this, but this is the original Yellow and Blue Rangers in a. They're not figure arts, but they're figure art esque.
Yeah.
I think they're a little bit bigger than figure arts actually. Maybe not.
Yeah. Maybe a little out of scale, but
But
so
yeah,
this
so
is like first round Sentai characters.
this was yeah from Go Ranger, the AO Ranger and Key Ranger, which means
Hmm.
Blue Ranger and Yellow Ranger.
Fair.
But yeah, this is from the 45th anniversary. Like this came out last year, so this is from the 45th anniversary set.
That's really nice.
Um, yeah, and it comes with the like Hurricane football or whatever that's called. They would pass this around to power it up, and they get their weapons and all sorts of
I
cool
mean, those
stuff.
look like some very quality action figures right there.
They do. I'm very excited about this. This is one of those things that I would never have considered getting on my own, but
But now that you have it, you're happy about it.
exactly, yeah. Evolution toy. Hmm. So anyway, that's the Sentai box.
Well, I think that one was pretty good, especially with the kind of sort of letdown of the middle one.
Yep. So yeah, these are pretty cool. So all right, I'm gonna pop this. No, I'm not. I was gonna pop open that one thing and make sure that little guy wasn't in there, but I'm almost positive he was a separate thing you have to get. This
That's
though
for me.
may have
Mhm.
candy in it, so I'm gonna pop this open and see.
Candy, candy, candy.
We're gonna see if there's candy in this. Come on, candy. Yes, candy. Top.
Nice. You don't even put it together. It's literally you
Apparently, you
just buy
don't
the
even put
top
it
and the
together.
bottom.
No, you have to put the decals on it.
Wow. I mean, they're right over there. They have people who are assembling these things.
It doesn't matter because I'm gonna, as long as I got my candy, I'm good. I'm, I'm happy with it. All right, I'll put up a picture of this guy after he's assembled. I think he comes out to be in scale with that other guy who's in the like pre-assembled in the package.
Okay.
I
Okay.
don't know for sure though. So, all right, one last trailer for us to get to, huh?
Yeah.
Shall I eat this candy first?
Yes, you shall.
Mm. Oh, so good. Mm. All right. This is a commercial for Guardians of the Galaxy, Volume 3.
Volume 3. Or
So,
as I like to call it, the second trailer I kind of sort of cried through.
yeah. So, I like, of course, that they have their comic book outfits.
Yeah. I'm interested to know where they went or how much time has passed because Peter says we've been gone for quite some time. And that ship is not the ship that they left in, right?
Is that the
Is
ship
that
from the holiday special or no?
I don't know. I think so. But I don't think it was the ship that Thor was on.
No. No, I don't
So,
think so. Um, were they they didn't have anything to do with Endgame, right?
what do you mean? Of course they did.
You're right, they did.
they, we
Um,
disappeared and then they came back.
right. They were gone for 5 years.
Okay.
I
Is
that's all
that
I can
true?
say.
You
I mean,
making that up?
because of the snap.
Well, right, right. So, all right. So anyway, gone for some time, um, and now they're back, and now they have their proper Guardians
The correct
attire,
logo.
which I just don't think I'm going to buy the new action figures. I like their ragtag team looking better. I am loving like Teen Groot's face on overly hulking Groot body.
Hmm.
it's it's wonderful. I love it. It's even more like baby Groot's face, actually.
Yeah.
Um, I also love this planet of furries.
Hmm. This is like this is a common writer planet. Like
Yeah,
this is what like bad guys are like. If you were just like, oh yeah, we're going to the planet of the whatevers, this is just what it would look like. It would just be a bunch of guys wearing normal clothes but with animal heads.
yeah. This is something that our friend Bosler would really like a
Hmm.
lot. And if
Hmm.
he's listening, we got you, buddy. I
Or
love this.
Drax though.
Little girl throws the ball to Drax. Drax smashes the little girl with the ball. It's hilarious. And then everybody gets unhappy with them. And, they're all like just suburban folk, but they start throwing shit at them. Where
Yep.
did they even get all these rocks?
I don't know.
They're
Like
in
maybe
the
they just
middle of
carry rocks
this.
around with them.
And see, I don't feel like this is a plot hole. I feel like this is hilarious.
Yes. You're supposed to. You're not supposed to think about that too
Right.
much.
Um, Now this, I think this is going to be
Yeah. When we're starting to dig into Rocket's past,
well.
you know you're setting yourself up for sadness.
I know that this is going to be the last time. Like all of the actors have basically stated, this is it. They're done.
Hmm.
So I would imagine many of these characters are not going to make it. I'm assuming Rocket is not going to make it out of this
I think they're all gonna die.
movie.
I think we're
I
gonna. I think we're gonna Rogue One this thing.
It could be. It
Spoiler
could be.
alert.
It would suck. It would suck if that's how it goes. But I trust James Gunn to do things meaningfully, and so if it happens, I'm sure that it's going to happen. It will be a good death.
Someone on on Twitter asked James Gunn if this was a reference to Among Us, and he said no.
Yeah, that's the first thing my daughter said when we were watching. She's like, "Ha, Among Us." I was like, "I don't think that's true." I like that Gamora's there. I want to know what the hell's going on in this next scene because like the Guardians are just kind of coming home, but Quill is maybe dead,
Yeah,
unconscious. I really don't know. They
and Rocket's just drinking a
Rocket is
drink.
right. Rocket is drinking something out of a straw, which makes me believe he is not dead. But also, it's Rocket, so maybe. Um,
Yeah, but also Rocket doesn't have lips, so how would a straw work? It's hard to.
I love that Cosmo is part of the team now.
Me too, and
I'm
that he has a voice
very
now.
was she.
She has a
Cosmo's
voice now.
officially a girl now. Um,
This is the cosmic butthole of some sort, right?
yeah, yeah, that's sure what it looks like. Um, and then who is this?
Yeah, who could this be?
Who's this?
It's this guy.
Yeah,
Yeah, who is this guy though?
I don't know. I don't know. I
Let's
was
look in the.
thinking high evolutionary in the beginning, but
Maybe it is.
I really
Hmm.
don't know.
Maybe IMDb will tell us.
And who is he making run in circles?
Storm.
This looks like a blonde mantis.
No, she doesn't have the horns or
I
the
know.
antennas.
Like it looks like the actress who plays Mantis,
I think this
but
is
I'm sure
Storm.
it's not.
This is we're in an X-Men movie suddenly.
Now we're in an X-Men movie. That's what the Marvel Universe is about to become, an X-Men movie, just over and over. Um,
Back in jail or something.
Back in jail, but and Gamora's helping them, which is that seems like a good sign.
Hmm.
Um,
More Among Us.
More Among Us, fighting butthole monsters. It's like
That doesn't
Baby
bode well.
Rocket, maybe.
Hmm.
I think this could be
Those,
early.
yeah, when they're still doing the implants and stuff.
Yeah,
Is
doing
Adam
what's
Warlock in this movie, or did we just like forget Adam Warlock?
keep going.
Okay,
Didn't you watch this trailer?
I did, but I wasn't sure if that was Adam Warlock or not.
Yeah, that's Adam Warlock when you get there.
Not this guy though.
No, that doesn't look good.
No.
That doesn't look
He may have just like burned a burrito or something. You never know.
good.
This is him saying
That's
goodbye to his otter friend.
right, right.
There's this guy again. Wait, what's that? That's that happening.
Yep, keep going. No,
And
you missed
we're
it.
getting. Oh, what?
You scrubbed past Adam Warlock.
Where is he? There he
He's
is.
right there. He's right there. That's him. That's the actor who's playing Adam Warlock. That's how I know that it's Adam Warlock.
And he's got the forehead thing and the gold skin. Dead
Yeah.
giveaway.
So yeah, no, they didn't forget. He's right there.
Good. I hope he plays a very large part in this movie and then gets his own movie with Thanos.
I mean, that's entirely possible. I love this. I think this part is great.
He does seem to have a lot of guns.
He has all the guns. Um, I will buy that action figure. I guarantee you that one's coming.
Title. And then I can't get to the picture. This guy.
And I love that joke. I feel like it's a really good joke where Drax is like, "We will kill everyone in our way." And Quill's like, "We're not killing anybody." It's like, "We will kill some people." No, we're not killing anybody. We'll kill one guy who no one loves or cares about. And then Quill says, "It's now you're just making it sad."
Oh, at least this movie comes out before June.
Right, right. Thank goodness.
So there's that. I'm excited for it.
I'm
I
excited.
I enjoyed the holiday special. I thought it
Uh,
was just the
Holiday
perfect
special
length.
was it was everything I could have wanted. With the exception of I kind of wish there was at least a hint of Gamora.
Mhm.
I know they're probably saving that for what the hell's going on in the real movie, but um, it was super fun. I really enjoyed it. Somebody said online, and I think they nailed it. Is like what James Gunn has said. What if I make the Star Wars holiday special, but it doesn't suck?
Hmm.
And that's, I mean, we had musical numbers, we had fun guest stars, we had an animated segment. It was all there. You know what I really liked too? They old school rotoscoped that animated segment.
Hmm.
So they had Michael Rooker come back and get dressed up as Yandu, and they acted it out, and then they drew over the animation. That's why the animation looked so traditional 2D and
Fluid.
smooth,
Yeah.
and they were always kind of moving, which is my favorite kind. Um, and yeah, they just Kevin Bacon was funny, and
Hmm.
um, yeah, everything about it I think hit all the right chords. When the moment of the big surprise, I got like kind of teary eyed, but then they they stopped that real quick too.
They're good for that.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it was a wonderful holiday special. I will add that to my official rotation yearly now. So I really enjoyed the miscommunication of what Christmas traditions are on Earth song.
Hmm.
That was really fun. So yeah,
And he's just like,
overall, I
you
enjoyed it.
you just started practicing with these instruments?
Right? You've had these instruments for how long? So yeah, it was heartwarming. It was tongue in cheek. It was Christmas. I don't know what else you could ask for, to be honest. So
Hmm.
Harrison Ford could have been in it, I guess.
Yeah, I
They could have been
guess.
Boba Fett. I don't know.
They had a GoBot.
They did have. I almost forgot about. They legitimately entered the GoBots into the MCU.
Oh,
It is a
yeah.
thing now.
GoBots made it into the MCU before they made it into the Transformers cinematic universe, which is because they are now technically Transformers and GoBots are the same continuity.
Mhm.
In well, I mean, as much as anything in
Right,
continuities, but like Hasbro owns both of them, and
right.
like in the comics, GoBots are they're all over the place. They keep factoring in. They're usually when we need to be like a character is really strong and we need to see him kill someone, they kill a GoBot.
It's awesome. I mean, for obviously James Gunn has said that it was just a throwaway line or whatever, but uh, it to see Drax
We're not gonna see an elaboration of Drax's cousin,
not
dying
yet,
to the GoBot. That's
we,
yeah.
not that we know of. Just wait until everybody wants to come back and do another Guardians in like 5 years. Uh, they always say that they're done, and then all
Yeah.
of a sudden, like,
Well, I
well,
mean, they're done until the legacy movie.
right,
Like 20
right,
years from now when we got to do the next, Guardians 4, but they're all old, but then there's like a young version of them, and they're passing the mantle, you know.
exactly. What did you think of? I mean, I feel like it was kind of an obvious, and maybe it was in in the comics. What about the Mantis being? Spoiler alert, everybody! If you haven't seen the holiday special, you're out of luck. Mantis is Star Lord's sister.
That was kind of implied by Guardians 2, wasn't it?
I mean, not necessarily. Like it was implied in a very subtext kind of way. Like you would have to assume that Ego took her from someone for a reason,
Mhm.
and not just because she had powers of some sort. You know.
He I am okay with that because we're just remaking Star Wars here,
Right.
right?
Right.
So,
This is and this 100% Guardians is the MCU's answer to Star Wars, a franchise that is owned by the same parent company, so they can't really be harmed by doing it.
right.
So, all in all, though, I love the Guardians, and I'm really sad. I'm really sad to see James Gunn go from the Marvel universe. But what it means to the DC universe could be really amazing. So I've got my fingers crossed. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
So here's hoping for all good things from that guy.
This box, I just opened it. Remember, I was
Yeah.
saying, oh, I know this guy's in there, but who else is in there?
Uh huh.
It's just him. I've forgotten that these boxes are one. You get one in each box, but and a candy.
Yes.
This is
Candy.
where I get most of my candy from. I'm okay with this box because this is the Sentai gear for Bioman, the series that almost was Mighty Morphin Power Rangers.
Oh, what does that mean?
When
Mighty
they
Morphin almost used that footage.
Yeah, this is the first time that they started looking for some kind of a show. Like the first time that they got because Marvel was already doing Japanese Spider-Man,
Right.
right? And then Marvel kept on working with Toei when they started doing Go Ranger. That was also a Marvel production with them, and then Jacker and the it's JAQKQ. Just just so we're aware. All right, they just call it Jacker. All right. Anyway, what's the third one, Pat?
I don't know, man. I don't know. Date rape.
Wait,
Jacker.
the third one. Um, so anyway, Marvel knew about all this, and then Saban is talking to Marvel, and they're trying to figure out like, oh, can we bring one of these things over? There had been some success with bringing over one of the Ultraman series and just dubbing it, like straight up dubbing it, but they wanted to do the Power Rangers thing. They wanted to do American footage mixed in with the fight stuff, and so they put together a reel with Bioman footage, and they were shopping that around and everything. And some people were like, "Yeah, it's kind of cool, but like it looks really janky and old." Like it. So,
Right.
like Bioman, as you could tell from the number on it, is season 8 of Sentai.
Now,
Jew
what was?
Ranger is season 16.
Oh, wow.
So they
Okay.
had they waited like 8 more years before they decided they wanted to try and do this again. And it just so happened that up until Jew Ranger, the it was Sentai was very like they're a military organization.
Hmm.
They are, like their powers are technology. There's very little like magic and fantasy and stuff. And Jew Ranger with the dinosaur theme was the first season where they're like, we're gonna try something new. We're gonna try like a fantasy aspect to it that isn't just like, yeah, the military figured out how to harness some power and power up a team to fight this other just evil organization of humans doing stuff.
It's funny because obviously the former is much more plausible in a real world scenario. Like if the Power Rangers came to be and they were teenagers with attitude, the government would probably stop at nothing to either get them in their employ or just kill them and take their coins for their own nefarious uses.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so yeah, I think that's very interesting. That I mean I've always loved the notion that it was just like teenagers with attitude. It's such a silly
Well,
thing. It's such a silly thing to even say.
that's that's just
Um,
what they say in the opening theme. They don't actually say that during the series.
that's true.
During the
That
series, he says, um, five overbearing and over emotional humans.
fair enough. Fair
And then
enough.
Alpha says,
So
you don't mean. And then Zordon's like, that's right, Alpha. Teenagers. Bioman. I don't know how the theme song goes. I just made that one up.
I think that was pretty good. I would go with it.
Bioman. Um, yeah, so dinosaurs. And then they were just like, Fox Kids and them were all just like, oh yeah, dinosaurs. Kids love dinosaurs. They
Kids
love
do love
dinosaurs way more
dinosaurs.
than like cyborgs, I guess.
Yeah, Beetleborgs, anything
Tur-
like that.
Turned out, like, really, if you think about it, just kind of thinking about which Sentai shows were happening around that time, like, you probably could not have got off the ground with Power Rangers using any other series other than the one that became Mighty Morphin.
Right.
Because the season before that was a really good season, but it was all birds. It was bird themed, and they were
I
they were
can't.
they were just jet pilots and stuff like that, but they turned into bird people. And before that, they had like really random ones, like one mask man. They just had masks. They all have masks though. That's not. I'm very oversimplifying the plot, but
Are
you
you
know.
now?
But then like the ones that came
Uh,
out, like the season after, it was just like Chinese martial arts themed, and
oh.
they only used the Zords from it.
Ah. I mean, yeah. That's. I
This
think that.
guy.
I think that. I think you're right. It couldn't have happened any other way. Because I don't even know. Like, if you think about it now, like kids. I mean, everybody's always into dinosaurs, but kids aren't as into dinosaurs as they were when we were kids.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that was pre Ranger.
Prehistoric. Oh yeah. No.
um,
Dinosaurs were huge in the 80s.
yeah, absolutely. I mean, they were huge back in the Jurassic period as well. But
That's right. And they continued to be huge until they evolved into birds.
yes, some birds are actually quite huge.
That's true. But yeah, when you're
Anyway,
like dinosaurs was huge throughout all of the 80s. Dino Riders, like dinosaurs on Transformers.
He-Man had dinosaurs too.
He-Man had dinosaurs. Like dinosaurs was a big deal in the 80s. No matter what, every kid, like kids want I wanted to be a paleontologist when I grew
I
up
I
as a kid.
actually distinctly remember that.
Yeah. Um, I'm glad I didn't because it doesn't pay well and there's not a lot of glory in it really, but the because I love the glory of my programming job so much. Um,
Fortune and glory, kid. Fortune
the
and glory.
like going into the 90s, Power Rangers and Jurassic Park were just they were that was like the tail end of the dinosaur trend, the craze.
Hmm.
And I do think like even in Sentai today whenever the ratings slump, they go, well, time to do a dinosaur themed season. You know, we just they just finished their fourth dinosaur themed season a couple of years ago, and it's the current season of Power Rangers and the only one that they're doing three seasons of. Yeah, like dinosaur themed Ranger seasons still do really well. If you ask
I
people like what's one of the best seasons of each era, they're going to basically list the dinosaur seasons. And it's
right,
not it's just because like everything kind of came together during those seasons, but also dinosaurs.
right. And I mean, at this point now, it's gonna be a nostalgia thing. You know, it's gonna be, oh, the dinosaurs, I liked the Tyrannosaurus, yeah. You know,
Hmm. Yeah,
I almost said famously in my family there was an incident. Um, my sister, who was not like super into Power Rangers, but she was like she didn't sleepwalk to our knowledge, but one night she like woke up out of a sound sleep and yelled like, "Saber tooth tiger power!"
nice.
And it was just, it was fun. It was like, oh, that's awesome. You were having a really cool dream.
Yeah, that
Wish
sounds like
I
an
was
awesome dream.
dreaming like that I was a Power Ranger. And so like it did again, that was one of the cool things about Power Rangers, is because while of course action figures were all marketed to boys, Power Rangers was a show that boys and girls could watch,
Hmm.
and there were um they marketed them as well. Like I remember being a little put out that I wasn't supposed to get the Kimberly and Trini dolls,
Yeah, the
because I was like,
Barbies.
I think that's awesome that you can make them Kimberly and Trini, like that you can put them in their street clothes. Where are the rest of these?
Hmm.
I want a Jason and a Zach and a Billy and a Tommy. Come on. But I was like, nope, just for the ladies. So, it Power Rangers was a thing. Power Rangers was a jam
It
of
definitely was.
well, and I think I can't remember if we're talking about it on the show or not, but one of my most awkward toy memories comes from us at school. And of course, Power Rangers was right on the edge of it not really being cool to like kids shows anymore. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Um and so I had a Green Ranger PVC, like the ones that had like the Army Man base on the feet, and I had him in my pocket, and I was like showing him to you, I'm pretty sure, in line one day at school. But I didn't really want anybody else to see it, but I really wanted you to see it. Um, and then like I remember, I think it was one of the girls in class was like, "What's that?" And I was like, "Oh no, we're found out! Damn it!"
Flee.
But then then she's like, "Is that a Power Ranger? Oh man, I love Power Rangers!" And like we all talked about Power Rangers for a few minutes, and it was like, "Oh, we're all equals." It didn't last, but we
I mean,
did
you know,
for a moment there. We all loved Power Rangers.
I get, oh, geez, I just kicked the desk. I occasionally get into discussions on like Reddit and stuff about, someone will ask like, oh, who was the greatest Power Ranger, do you think? And of course, you'll always get a bunch of people who will say it was Tommy, right?
It was.
I agree with you. But like in universe, an argument could be made that there might be someone who was actually a better like overall Ranger, but
Okay.
from like a meta context, like it's Tommy. Like he's the one who basically was stronger than all the other Mighty Morphin Rangers. Was chosen to lead them as the White Ranger, continued on for quite some time as their leader, and then was brought back to be their mentor, and then again rejoined the team. And like every anniversary season, he like they celebrate him as the greatest Ranger. Like there's a line in Forever Red where the Red Wild Force Ranger is just like, wow, so that was Tommy. He really is the greatest Ranger, and then everyone else gives him a hard time about it and everything. Um, but from a from like a fan standpoint, I have heard the younger kids say, and I'm one of the older kids. I've heard the younger kids say things like, "Well, like I don't understand what was so great about him. Like what's so great about Tommy?" And even like watching the show, like he doesn't really seem that great. And it's like you had to be there. You had to be like kids these days, Pat. Kids these days
Kids these days, man.
don't understand what it's like to have a show that airs 6 days a week, right? Like Power Rangers did.
Right?
Power Rangers aired 6 days a week and not just reruns. You could have new episodes all week. And when Green with Evil was airing, Green with Evil aired 5 episodes. A five-parter aired in one single week. And it was everything we talked about at school that week.
Oh yeah,
Everybody.
a hundred
People
percent.
people didn't watch Power Rangers, but they watched that because it was nothing we'd seen before. Like the
And
Rangers were
that's
losing to one
right,
of their own
right,
who was uh, just like the coolest looking guy ever.
right. He had a cool fucking shield. He was green, which was always my favorite color anyway. He had a dragon.
Mm-hmm.
He had a flute
He had a flute
dagger.
dagger. Man,
I
you
will
can't
play music and I will cut you, bitch. Like
exactly
this.
at the same time. It was a phenomenon, and it was a touchstone of our childhoods
It was
to go to
100%.
go through that. And I totally understand if you weren't there for that. That yeah, he's the sixth ranger. He's bad, and then he joins the team, and that's that, right? Like,
Right? It's a
but
trope now.
right, exactly, it's a trope. But the first time it happened,
Yeah. It
like
was it
we
was
we did
mind
not
blowing.
we did not know what was going to happen,
Right.
right? Like nowadays, oh, the sixth ranger is evil. Obviously, he's going to be good at some point, right? It's all very predictable, very formulaic. But that first time, we had no idea, and it was grim, right? It was
Yeah.
grit. Like we were like seriously like we had to get home to watch this because we were like, are they gonna die? Are they gonna
Right. Right.
lose?
Well, I mean,
Right?
think
Like
the
we thought maybe
next
Zordon was already dead.
right.
You know?
The next step of that, I remember so vividly when the White Ranger, Tommy was not a ranger anymore.
Mm-hmm.
And there was another guy coming out, and I was like, "Fuck this shit! Tommy should be that ranger, you sons of bitches!" Like I was so mad. I was livid. I was like, "I can't believe they're doing this. Why?" And then when it was him, I was like, "Oh, we win!
Yes.
Team Tommy wins!"
Yep. It was an inspired casting choice to bring him back and not just cast
Yeah.
somebody else.
Oh,
It
for
was
sure.
it was a very good move. And I totally understand. Like if you didn't grow up with Mighty Morphin, I totally understand that whatever show was like your first show or whatever you
Right.
probably
I'm
think
sure
is the best.
that's yeah,
That's totally cool. I think
for
that's
sure.
totally fine. There's great things about every season.
And
But
not even that it's fine. I would say that it's expected.
yeah. Oh yeah. Oh
Like
yeah.
when you ask somebody my age who the greatest basketball player is, they're going to say Michael Jordan. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Like I still can't fathom why Hasbro opened up their starting lineup with current players.
Right.
Look at
Who
your
who likes
demographic,
those
man.
guys? Yeah.
Give me my Michael Jordan, okay? I'll buy it. I'll give you money, okay? Come on. But it's just it's a funny thing because of course people today, I mean, they respect MJ, of course, but there's much more people today that wouldn't even think of Michael Jordan. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
And it's the same thing. You have your team, and the team that was your team is always going to be the best team. Doesn't matter about what's going on. If the current team is doing better now, that's because you're stupid and you don't understand.
That's right.
It's just that's how it is. You're always gonna love your team.
Mhm.
But again, it's really hard to argue with Tommy because he was there for everything. He was always there.
Yeah.
And so it's really hard to be like, well, my guy was great. It's like your guy lasted a season. Get out of my face.
Hmm.
How many different color
Yeah.
rangers was he? Get out of my
It's
face.
like I don't even like I think some people may also not have a grasp on just how many episodes of Mighty Morphin there were. Season 1 was like 60 episodes.
Yeah. Well, it had to be because it was running
It was,
five
yeah,
days a week
they were airing it so
or six
frequently.
days, right?
6 days a week.
Because you would have
Monday through
it was
Friday and then
a
Saturday morning.
Saturday morning.
Yeah.
So
So,
oh, Saturday mornings. I tell you what, that's another thing that makes me sad is that there is no such thing as Saturday morning anymore.
mhm.
Well, I mean, the time exists,
I
but
sleep through it. So maybe it doesn't. I don't know.
there's like I tried. I've tried with my daughter where it's just like, uh let's just watch some cartoons, And of course nowadays she doesn't even not even interested in cartoons. She just wants to watch reels. It's like, oh, that's stupid. But I don't know, just I mean, I've come back to this a lot. There is always going to be a kinship that we had that kids today will never fully understand. Because even though things go viral and everybody sees certain things, and there's still some uh, tribe uh, stuff, you'll never be as close as we all were because you had no options.
Right.
90% of the kids didn't have cable.
Hmm.
Other than that, it was like, wait, like every so often you're like, what, you watch CBS cartoons on Saturday morning? Get the fuck out.
That's where Ninja Turtles went.
Eventually,
Yeah.
eventually. That's where they went to die. X-Men went there too, to
Yeah.
die.
That's CBS was the morning that cartoons went to die.
It was all about ABC, maybe NBC, and then your
Mm,
Fox.
yep.
So
Fox Kids.
Fox Kids was magical.
When they canceled
Magic.
Fox Kids, that was a blow
It was. It was
to our
huge.
culture.
So
Look at these
and
guys.
like I said, you just nice.
Same
Those are
size.
those are great.
Yeah. I gotta put this guy's got a lot of stickers. This guy has none.
Mhm. They good mobility.
Um foot tilt.
I mean,
The foot's on a ball joint. It's got knee and the hip is on a ball joint. No. Hip is on a ball joint and he's got shin swivel.
nice.
Um,
That's a
a
thigh,
piece
not
just
a
broke
shin,
off and
but
fell on the whatever. Fist is on a ball joint. He's got elbow and arm swivel, and there's like a
is that a
universal.
butterfly on the
The what?
shoulder? Is that a butterfly?
This?
Butterfly joint.
Oh, butterfly joint. It's like a universal joint kind of thing.
Okay.
But I dropped a oh wait, did I just break a piece off? I did, but it okay, it's not broke. I got to go get his other shoulder pad off the floor. He's completely unpainted on the back.
Eh, what do you need paint on the back for?
Is that accurate? I guess that's kind of accurate.
There you go.
Okay. I still think it's purposefully unpainted.
We'll go with that.
Well, that's just a piece of paper. That's the exact same size and shape as his shoulder.
That's awesome.
Where's his shoulder go? I'll look for it later. It's around here.
It couldn't have gone
It's in the
far.
it's in the dark of the underdesk.
Mm.
Okay, well, Pat, I think that's going to do it for us for today.
Yeah.
Good show, my friend.
Good
Good show.
show. Good
Good
show.
show. Join us next week for something. I'm
Yes.
not going to commit to anything because every time I say, oh, next time we're going to do this, we end up doing something different. So next time we do a thing,
We'll be there.
yeah,
You better
join
be
us.
too.
You should join us because it'll be better. No more boxes.
For now.
Yes. Thanks everyone. Have a good weekend.